What's up, everyone? It is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? Oh, sorry. All right. So, tonight we got a very interesting episode. At least it should be interesting. We're going to talk about Adam22 rage quitting on the Whatever podcast against the Saint and the Sinner. Just going to double check my audio. Everything's good. Everything's good. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just had to make sure my audio was good. Yeah, so Adam22 rage quit against the Saint and the Sinner on the Whatever podcast. So it was kind of funny, honestly. So we're going to watch and get into it. First thing we're gonna do actually though is kind of get into the beef between them. So we're gonna try and get into. At least that's the plan, anyways. So yeah, let's see. So I think I got kind of the beef narrowed down between the two because they all kind of had like some sort of beef. Oh, and Brian and whatever, and then kind of clearly set up the Saint and Sinner. You can't really do that because dude's pretty smooth. But yeah, that was pretty obvious to anyone who was paying attention. And Saint and the Sinner, Marquette, kind of pretty much called him out on it. And Brian's like, "Oh no, I didn't know at all what was going on." Did you really? But anyways, yeah. So, sorry. Okay, everything set up. But anyways, so we're gonna try because I think I've pretty much figured out why. Well, not figured out, but I got the clips that kind of show the beef. We're gonna listen to Adam22, and then we're gonna listen to the Saint and the Sinner, and yeah, we're gonna listen to both of them. We got a 15-minute clip from Adam22's podcast, No Jumper, and we got a 2.5-minute clip for the Saint and Sinner, and then we'll get into the main event. I just want to give everyone a bit of a backstory because I have no idea about it. And then for those who don't know, Adam22 is a guy who basically he and his wife, Lena the Plug, are porn star actress, and they were famous, I guess you could say, for they would. I think that their show's Plug Talk or whatever on Pornhub or some shit like that. I really don't know. But they were famous for interviewing women, porn star actresses, and interviewing them, and then they would, fuck them at some point at the end of the interview. So that was what they were kind of known for. And then there's been some recent controversy with Adam22 letting his wife first fuck a dude without him, and then them doing a male threesome. So there's been a lot of controversy with that. He's kind of been dragged through his coals and everything. So that's Adam22. The Saint and the Sinner is, or Marquette Devon. but best known as the Satan Sinner. He's a YouTuber too. He's apparently, well, kind of like a part-time YouTuber, and he kind of has like a different background. He's the CEO of various companies. So he'll explain it in the whatever podcast video. But anyways, so yeah. But the Satan Sinner, he's been on various podcasts. He's been on Fresh and Fit a couple times, and he's clearly a well-educated, well-off man who speaks well, and he can get his point across without being like some obnoxious douche or anything like that. I like listening to him from watching a couple of his videos, some of his interviews, etc., and he does pretty well, honestly. So, anyways, let's get into it. But first, before anything, make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on what's the fucking word? Rumble.com/with Ghost. And then check out my gaming channel, rumble.com/gaming with Ghost. Check out those two things. Best thing. Make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on X. Best way to find out when I go live, etc. Let me think. And then twitch.tv/official with Ghost. And then YouTube, of course. I don't have sorry, I just checked out checked out Twitter, make sure I didn't get any notifications. It's, you guys don't know, Myron and Fresh and Fit kind of have beef between Abba and Preach. I've covered a lot of it, especially when they kind of went and exposed Abba and Preach for their fuckery. And so for the longest time, Myron's been calling basically Abba out and demanding him to, more like requesting him to come, to Miami, the box, and everything, because Abba's been talking a bunch of shit and everything, and it looks like Abba is in Miami, and Myron knows about it. That was hilarious. Anyways, so let's look at the beef and try and get into it. So we're gonna watch Adam22 address the beef. So here we go.
Even like the recent altercation or whatever with someone trying to get at you sideways. Like,
we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, like even in instances like that, it's my instinct to protect my friends,
right?
People that I fuck with. So when I saw that, like even though I'm like, damn, I don't necessarily really want that smoke. Like I don't, but I'ma still jump off the porch with it if I fuck with you like that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to know how I feel about the academics thing. So let's just iron out officially what we're talking about, just so that the evidence is all compiled here accurately. What I got sent, and you can tell me if there's more that I'm missing or whatever, is that I don't know, Monday of last week, I think, that he was doing a live stream talk about Tori and Meg, and at the end of it, he ends up going on a Flacco rant. Basically, before the interview with the Sinner and the Saint came out, I had watched it.
Here's the thing, I'm listening. His YouTube name is Saint and the Sinner, and Adam keeps referring to him as the Sinner and the Saint. I don't know if that's intentional and trying to be disrespectful. I don't know. If it were me and and someone was talking about me and there was like the ghost with, I'd be kind of, irritated that you're, not being accurate on what to call me. I don't know. That may be just me. I don't know if Marquette is the same way, but it's I don't know. It sounds like he's trying to be disrespectful, but maybe I'm just reading into things. I don't know.
To do timestamp.
Now, to be fair, this video is from a year ago, basically December 20th, 2022. So be fair.
And the part where Flacco talked to Sinner and the Saint about academics, who, for people who don't know, this is like a manosphere guy who basically had beef with academics.
Who just took a shot at me, by the way.
Sinner and the Saint?
Yeah.
Did you diss him?
I think
that means yes.
Fight.
No, like I guess when we were talking about the manosphere, I kind of made a couple derogatory remarks along the lines of like, it kind of has a lot of these dudes, and I didn't specify him because I don't really know who any of them are, too many of them specifically, but I was like,
Okay, you gotta fight him for sure.
I was like, you guys have a lot of y'all have the vibe of people that never got pussy as teenagers.
But I sent the link to Ack.
I would take that as disrespect too.
Yeah, but
Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. We're talking about the sinner and the saint. I sent the link to Ack just on some friend shit, like, oh, we're friends. I'm gonna send this to him as soon as it comes out so that he can kind of, see what I was talking about, because I felt like this dude was raging out on Ack, and Flacco, as like literally kind of like a student of Ack, should probably have like done a little bit more to defend him. And part of that also was that I didn't bother to send it to Destiny, or actually maybe I did send it to Destiny, but like Flacco did the same thing with Destiny, where he was kind of just letting this dude say whatever and didn't like try to fucking hold him accountable for anything, because during the whole argument that he had on stream with Destiny, it was like super fucking one-sided. Like Destiny just wiped the floor with him. And
the Saint and Sinner guy?
Yeah, and from watching the interview that Flacco did with him, you would think that the Saint and Sinner dude like destroyed Destiny, whatever. But he did the same thing about Ack, where he was like,
see, so now he calls him correctly. It's Saint and the Sinner after someone else does it. And again, I don't know if this is actual like he's actually trying to be disrespectful, but I would view it as disrespectful if you refer to me as the saint, or improperly by the name, by my brand.
basically just like declaring the Ack was this fat loser or whatever and all this stuff. And Flacco didn't defend him as much as I would have expected. So I sent it to Ack. Now, Ack aired that out during that live stream and basically acknowledged that I had sent it to him. Now, that's kind of weird in the first place, right?
Courtesy.
Because I sent it to him just on some informative shit, but he kind of like framed it almost like I was like setting Flacco up, I think, a little bit. Like, when I sent that to Ack, I didn't think I had to say like, oh, like, don't mention publicly that I like told you to watch this, you know, but whatever.
But I don't even think that matters at the end of the day. You're doing your professional courtesy.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a big deal or whatever. And I don't think Flacco felt any way about it. But then then he just like casually throws in like, your boss was begging me to fuck his girl. Yeah. So it's like, I don't understand how I could possibly be getting a shot thrown at me in this conversation when it doesn't have anything to do with me. Flacco's the one who I told you was, you know, I felt like not holding you down enough. And so then for him to say that, which for the record, anyone who's seen this clip knows that that's not what's going on in that clip. That was like the third time I ever hung out with her. And he said, would you fuck her with me? And I was just like, sure, let's do it.
You were joking.
That was it.
Around.
There was nothing that could even come close to being like begging. And also, like, let's be real, I just didn't even know her like that at the time we had just met. So, you know, I try to have thick skin when it comes to my girl a little bit, just because, you know, being a porn star, you just kind of realize pretty quickly that like people say all kinds of things about you that they probably wouldn't say about other people. And you just kind of have to be tough about it. But I just like couldn't understand why the fuck he would say that and throw that in. Like, if me and you are going to be on good terms and we're going to, like, you know, I've been on
clearly he don't care about being on good terms.
Right. But like we were prior to this, right? Like I've been on his podcast twice and, you know, done whatever other things and stuff. And it's like that first time I did the podcast, he said some shit, I forget, that like I wasn't feeling basically about the
3 hour, the 3 hour podcast y'all did together.
They did 5. Because I remember I was in, that's when T-Rail was on there too, because I was in Tennessee.
During the 3 hour podcast.
Oh no, so you're talking about the one. Wait,
he was going off like on you super tough.
That was 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours.
And then you went home.
The first one, that's when Redacted Girl and the house phone was there.
Okay, that one back in the day. But I'm talking about, okay, so this, if you want to go back in time, we had that whole blowout argument thing or whatever. And then me and him got on stream together with Selena. He muted Selena. And then we proceeded to basically like talk it out. And we ended that conversation basically on good terms, right?
And was he mad at you initially because you like gave Selena a position? Because that's like
a position
I
to
feel
talk
like
shit
a bunch
about
of
him,
it. It kind of came from that, but it was also just like there were girls, and he felt like I was creating a narrative by saying that he was like anti-woman to Sarah Molina or some shit like that. There was basically like a bunch of shit that sort of built up, and then the Selena thing kind of put it over the top, where all of a sudden me and him are like going to war or whatever. We do that
for platforming his ex-girlfriend, essentially, in his eyes. Yeah,
something like that.
It's not. It wasn't just the ex-girlfriend though. He just don't like Adam bringing people onto the platform to specifically talk shit about him. That's what.
But I don't think
that's what he thinks is happening.
And that's not in reality though.
No,
that's
not
why you.
I don't even remember if she said anything about him around that time.
If you know Adam don't give a fuck about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that I look at everything, like you got to think about it. When I first came here, Nigga, and Adam would tell you, Josh should tell you, the first time that he was wilding out and he was going crazy, I'm not even on the Tuesday show yet. I'm over there watching. I'm like, I'm mad as fuck. I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, right? I'm over there, nigga, fuck this
Sorry,
nigga.
I'm going to speed it up because they're kind of droning on.
Niggas, let's get Adam. Let's go crazy. Adam's like I ain't even tripping like that. So I'm like, okay, I got that registered in my head. Then the situation happens again. And I'm mad again. And I'm like, nigga, Adam, man, fuck that. He can't talk like that. And then Adam was like, and I learned a lot from Adam, like you said. You can't fight everybody. You can't do some shit like that. I get it. Everybody ain't the same way. You feel me?
But okay, so after we do that long ass Twitch conversation or whatever, then we're on good terms or whatever. And he had said a bunch of shit during all that pissed me off, but it's like, okay, we squashed it. So I'm just let that go, whatever. And then however many months after that, I ended up going on his podcast. Mm-hmm. And then when I was in New York one time, I went on his podcast again. And the first time that we did the podcast together, it was like, there was a few different comments that I didn't like, whatever. And I ended up hitting him up privately and just being like, hey, bro, like, if we're gonna do content together, just we could joke around about whatever, we can fuck around whatever, but like just the shit about my girl, like I don't appreciate it. Like for me to be cool with anybody, my girl is just like the first thing that's off the table is like we're not joking around about her. You got to show her respect, whatever. And I get we're porn stars, so it's like I do have a little bit more ability to like laugh at ourselves than the average person, I would think. But for me, that's just off the table. Is I don't fuck with anybody who's gonna have anything negative to say about my girl, especially given the fact that my girl never does anything that gives anybody reason to talk shit about her. She just completely stays out of all this shit.
Except for in prison.
Okay, that's scandalous. But okay. Another conversation.
Really good joke. Anyway, so then I had that conversation with him privately where I'm basically just like, yo, like, I don't appreciate that. And I forget exactly how I went, but it was like something like an apology. And I was like, well, it's kind of annoying that this is like behind the scenes that he's like telling me that he, sorry for it or they won't do it again or whatever. But whatever, I'm just going to brush it off and just be like, this occurred privately, but even though the disrespect occurred publicly, but I'm just going to whatever. But then for me to see him like feel the need to say that again during the fucking Flacco thing, like, and then like people told me, I didn't see it, but like they told me that like the next day he's on and he was kind of like almost saying they didn't mean it. He was apologetic or that, oh, I fuck with no jumper or whatever. But it's like
swerved.
What do you mean?
He was drunk the first night.
Yeah, but still, it's like, oh, I can't fuck with that. Like, you just like some things just are not on the table. And like, listen, if you have a criticism of anyone who works here and it's like a valid criticism, that's cool. But to tell this like exaggerated fucking weird version of something that happened on stream between you and her and I like 7 years ago before we were dating or whatever is just, I don't get it.
After I hear the shit 5 or 6 times, it's like, yeah. At this point, it's like, all right, nigga, if Adam ain't ready to, nigga, let's go put the pitchfork up. Let's go kill this nigga. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I already know. I talked to Adam. I was like, hey, how you feel about this? And bro, tell me. He was just like, I don't fuck with it, but like, it is what it is.
I mean, because I'm not going to like respond to it by being like, oh, I'm going to go on this fucking hate campaign and just be like, fuck academics and all this shit. I'm just going to be real about it. Like, it hurt my feelings and I understand. I just don't get how you could be like friends with somebody, have them on your podcast multiple times and then still feel like it's okay to do that. And I thought about just hitting them up privately and just being like, bro.
Because the content, what the fuck? And apparently Adam22 has done the same with the Saint in the Center. Like you pretend to be okay with him, and then as soon as he left, he well, I'll let him talk.
Like, I didn't want to like settle it off camera and just like have it just be this other like lingering thing that the fans are always asking about. Because to me, it's just like such obvious respect. Like I could never imagine saying anything. Like obviously we joke around about each other's girls or whatever, but especially when you're like engaged to somebody, it's just like if you're going to be on good terms with somebody, why would you even think about doing that? So I'm not like going to respond with like anger and be like mad or whatever. I was just a little let down and just disappointed because I just didn't think he would do that at this point in our, because we do talk like semi regularly.
So academics is for sure not invited to the wedding.
Well, I wasn't really considering it, but yeah, I suppose that's fair.
I mean, how is Lena reacting to all this shit when it goes down?
So she didn't even know for like the first week, and then she hit me up like a day or two ago and was like, "Is that clip of that?" Because she went on the Reddit just randomly, and she goes, "Is that clip of academics old or new?" Because she's like, "It seems like it would have been something from like a couple of years ago," and I'm like, "No, that was from like 5-6 days ago." And she was just like, "That's so crazy.
Like, he's still
why? Like, why would he even say that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm confused."
Yeah, I seen that, and then recently they sent me another clip where because the first thing I seen was AD Sharp T Rail. They did tonight here. I'll take down Sharp T Rail AD. And I'm like, oh, now my Spidey tenses is singling and shit. But
he was basically like, I don't know, like that's another weird thing. Is it's like, why does he feel the need to kind of go at you guys as a group? And he'll like give you guys like some of you a little bit of flowers and be like, okay, him and him are okay, but the rest of them are trash. So it's like he's kind of like causing a little bit of weird conflict. We have somebody like AD who'll just go on the podcast and just be like, yes, I'm in the cool kids club, and then everybody else is bummed. But I mean, it's just, why is that even a consideration? Because like when he's saying like basically like, I'll take them out or I do more views than everybody combined or whatever, it's like nobody was talking about that. Like I've never been sitting here being like, damn, am I getting as many views as academics? Like me and Vlad don't have that conversation. Like me and like I don't have that conversation with anybody about like who's the biggest or who has the most viewers or whatever. It's like that to me, I see the fans doing it, but I just don't really want to be like spending my life having those conversations. I didn't come this far in life and make this much fucking money to just be sitting around fucking.
He's doing great. We doing great. That's what it comes down to.
Everybody's doing fine. Then like, why are we even comparing ourselves or whatever? Like, I get that could be fun in a fun sense, but the way he was saying it about like, oh, fucking Sharp ADT row, whatever, it didn't really seem that.
Hey, but still, hey, when he come to LA, I already told him. You feel me? He said he want to sit down with us. I'm gonna say that shit to my face. But that's, that's the homie.
Didn't you just talk to him on the phone like a week ago?
Yeah, but still.
But you didn't like the way he talked about you after the fact?
I didn't see the first shit. Then I was like, all right, because he always giving niggas flowers, but it's like, oh, I'll take a nigga down. Like, we don't give a fuck about the internet shit. We ain't no bitches.
But you know that the cringe part about it is that
at all.
The cringe part is that so there's this dude Loon, right, who does podcasts and he has some kind of deal with Revolt or something, and I just went on his podcast, so everybody check that out if you want. But he tried to, and I filmed it, I don't know, maybe like a month before like before now, or maybe even longer, maybe like 5-6 weeks ago, whatever. And he tried to press the academics issue. He tried to be like, I feel like you don't like academics, or he don't like you, and y'all are just not facing up to it, or whatever. I don't know what he watched that like made him think that, or like. But I basically sat there,
me yelling at you on stream for 3 hours straight.
right? Probably something like that. But that was like a long time ago. So I kind of was just like, bro, that was a long time ago. Yeah, we had issues, but we got past it. I don't have any issue with him. I think, and I'm like defending him as being one of the top interviewers. Like if you actually watch it, it's like I'm being such a good friend to him and just like holding him down so hard against somebody who like is clearly trying to disrespect him. And then like that literally came out like 2 days ago. And then meanwhile, all this shit is on the fucking Reddit of everybody being like, oh, is Adam going to respond to academics? House about to burn the whole house down.
No, and
Look, he dropped the cherry.
And that's how I felt though, because I'm like, okay, every time that I have a conversation with him, he's always saying, yeah, you're doing your thing with community. I fuck with you. You should be getting paid this much. He says this thing. So I'm like, I appreciate that. You feel me? All that is cool. But when you say I'll end you and do all shit like that, I'm like, I'm not Adam. You feel me? Like, nigga, I'm not with the insults and you feel me? And
Adam is also not with that.
No, I know.
I'm an unwilling participant.
But I'm just saying, I will call Wack when that comes to LA. I will say, hey, bro, you're the homie, so we're not gonna pack you out. You should catch the head up, and we can go back to doing what we do. That's how AD gets down. That's
he
how
said he was gonna fight Lil Baby.
Well, he can. I mean,
that was crazy.
I mean, shit, it is what it is.
Okay. I didn't think he was going to be fist fighting anyone. So when I realized that he was actually down to fight Lil Baby, I was kind of impressed.
I'm not with an insult and a compliment. So if you feel me, if it's gonna be like that, hey, hit up Wack. You feel me? Because
Okay, so that's basically it. I thought it'd be a lot more informative. My bad. I'm not in this space really, so I think the Saint and Sinners explanation is a little better.
You see the first DM coming from Adam22 says, yo, with the praying hands emoji. I respond, hey, Adam, thanks a lot for allowing me on your platform. Then he responds, let's do it when you're in LA. So he says, let's do it when you're in LA. All of a sudden, DJ Academics gets emotional. And so he starts attacking not me because he's scared to do that. So he starts attacking No Jumpers. Yeah, they start folding like lawn chairs, turning on their own mans. DJ Academics said, your wife's a cold sore, man. You asked me to pop her off with you, man. You's a dirtbag. She's a dirtbag.
Adam don't want war with me. That's facts. Adam was begging me to fuck his bitch, nigga. That's his wife now.
DJ Academic talking reckless, slizzard off the Henny. Did anybody say, look, man, you better shut your mouth? They ain't say that. They actually did say, well, this is Flacco's fault. And they pretend as though Adam was unaware that I was coming on the show. Highly improbable. He stated himself that he did the timestamps before the video went up. Adam and the whole staff, they start dragging Flacco through the dirt, but then they have to turn around and try to drag me through the dirt to do what? To appease DJ Academics. Why? Because it's a money play. They don't want to upset their colleagues because they think it's going to hurt their money game. You have a
All right, so basically it looks like Adam22 had beef with the Academics, and they were trying to, I guess, drag this Flacco guy, try and throw him under the bus, and then to try and like appease Academics, he apparently was dragging Saint and Sinner under the bus.
Satanic character when he follows money as a god. On the American banknote, it says, in God we trust. But he's got it confused and he trusts money as his God. Obedient, faithful, following the money. How is it that you already have wealth and then you still bend over backwards and do anything to gain an extra dollar when you're supposedly making a million every month? Adam, there's some things you shouldn't do for the money. You initiated a conversation with me and you was all peace and peachy. If you had an issue with me as a real one, bro, you could have DM'd me and we could have got that off our chest, man. You could have got that off your chest while I was in your studio, little buddy. If you'd have pulled up on me, hey, Quet, I got an issue with you. What? Let's get it solved. Let's get it solved right now. Turn off the cameras. Fuck the interview. Get it solved right now. I'm in your house. So if you had an issue with me, why you ain't bring it up then? Then you wait till I'm clean out of state and all of a sudden you got some slick shit to say. So what I do? So as a real one, I hop back in them DMs. Well, let me just holler at him one-on-one. We can probably get this solved. We ain't got to make no video. I shot him one back. I said, I don't know if you can see that. I said one-on-one, early January. Yeah, I'll put it in my schedule. And we ain't even got to talk about it. We ain't got to make a video about it, nothing. We just going about our life. You know who you are and I know who I am. Did he respond? Nah, he didn't respond to that. That's strange, Marquette. He was responding to everything else. Following you on Instagram presently. He initiated the conversation. He don't want the one-on-one.
Okay. So I guess that's the basics of the beef. It's kind of disjointed. But basically it seems like Adam22 had beef with Academics, kind of, for, some rant Academics went on. He then ended up bringing the Saint and the Sinner, dragging him down. with it, and that's basically how the beef apparently started. So now we get to yesterday, during the Whatever podcast, and hold on.
Welcome to the Whatever Dating Talk podcast, where we try to make sense of the modern dating hellscape. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. We're coming to you live from Santa Barbara, California, every Sunday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I am your host, Brian Atlas. I'm joined by my co-host, Kiki. She's kind of back there somewhere. She's a bit shy. A few quick announcements before the show begins. This podcast is viewer-supported, heavy YouTube demonetization. Just pulled up Streamlabs there. So please consider donating through Streamlabs instead of soup chatting, as YouTube takes a brutal 30% cut. So some quick maths for y'all. If you super chat 100, YouTube takes 30. If you donate 100, Streamlabs only takes 3. Streamlabs.com/whatever. Link is in the description. We have a big panel tonight. So for the sake of a smooth stream, we have boosted the read and TTS triggers. Donations and super chats $10 and up will be displayed in stream overlay. Donations and super chats $100 and up will be read/answered. If you want to interact nearly instantly with us and weigh in on the conversation, consider sending a TTS, text-to-speech message. Excuse me. Text-to-speech message, tongue-tied tonight, guys. $200 and up triggers TTS. TTS is via Streamlabs only. Please see the description for all triggers and full details. We have channel memberships. It's just $5 a month. You can also gift memberships. We're live on Twitch right now. Pull up another tab, guys. Go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow on the Prime sub if you have one. We got merch, shop.whatever.com, stuff you can wear to not be naked. Don't be a criminal. Get some merch. Follow us on Instagram at whatever. Any girls who want to be on the show, DM at whatever on IG if you can make it to Santa Barbara. Follow me on Instagram, BD_Atlas. Check out my nonprofit, Big Labia Matter, or BLM for short. BigLabiaMatter.org is in the works. We're working on it. Yeah. What's that?
I support that.
Oh, we're actually Marquette here. We're going to get him on the board of directors here soon. So if you can't catch the full shows, we have a Clips channel. Link is in the description. Go subscribe. Without further ado, we're going to have the guests introduce themselves. So please tell us your name, age, occupation, and location. Where are you from? Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Corey Yee. I'm 31 years old, and I'm a model, influencer, and I own an OnlyFans agency. And
Did you say Lee?
OnlyFans agency.
You said Corey
Corey Yee.
Yee.
Okay. I'm Adam22.
What? Just
Oh,
one
sorry,
question here, Corey. Did you say age?
31.
31. Got it. And you own an OnlyFans agency.
Yes.
So
and
you
I have an OnlyFans as well.
you represent a couple women, couple
Yes.
dudes,
Women.
maybe just women. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, Adam.
No, for sure. Adam22. I'm 40 years old. I am a
God damn.
podcaster and adult star, I suppose. My wife and I do a podcast called Plug Talk, available at onlyplugtalk.com, where
It's kind of weird. He's talking and he's not looking at anyone. He's looking down to the right. He's not looking at any camera. It's just weird. This is just weird. He's just like he should be like this, like looking at everyone. And instead he's like looking down and away. Like he's like a bitch. He's not looking at Marquette, that's for sure.
we basically interview a woman every week and then sleep with her on camera. And yeah.
Did you see this lady right here? She was like, wait, what the fuck? Okay, I don't know. That was funny. I want to try this. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. What's that?
I support that.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
I support that.
Oh, we're actually,
social media, not only
yeah.
Hold on. I just
What's that?
want to show that again.
Oh, we're actually Marquette here. We're going to get him on the board of directors here. Yeah. What's that?
Lisa, social media, not OnlyFans.
Yeah. What's that?
All right,
I
whatever.
support that.
Oh,
I just want to
we're
see that
actually,
again.
Marquette
Apparently,
here. We're going to get him on
it's a struggle.
the board of directors here soon. So if you can't catch the full shows, we have a Clips channel. Link is in the description. Go subscribe. Without further ado, we're going to have the guests introduce themselves. So please tell us your name, age, occupation, and location. Where are you from? Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Corey Yee. I'm 31 years old, and I'm a model, influencer, and I own an OnlyFans agency. And
Did you
I'm
say
nervous.
Lee?
OnlyFans agency.
You said Corey
Corey Yee.
Yee.
Okay. I'm Adam22.
What? Just
Oh,
one
sorry,
question here, Corey. Did you say age?
31.
31. Got it. And you own an OnlyFans agency.
Yes.
So
and
you
I have an OnlyFans as
you
well.
you represent a couple women, couple
Yes.
dudes,
Women.
maybe. What? Just women. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, Adam.
No,
All right,
for
all right. Just,
Adam
let's watch this
22,
lady right
I'm
here on the
40
left
years
here. This
old.
lady
I
right.
am a podcaster and adult star, I suppose. My wife and I do a podcast called Plug Talk, available at onlyplugtalk.com, where we basically interview a woman every week and then sleep with her on camera.
Did you see her face?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's funny. She's like, fuck.
Happy to be here.
Oh, that's funny.
Welcome back. What about you?
Hello, I'm Karina Pedro. I'm from Eastern Europe, so English is my second language. So I'm sorry if I
okay.
say something wrong. And I am an adult content creator, also content creator. I do box. I'm a boxer. I won fights in my country. And also I sell in the cars and work with cars in here.
Age?
23.
23?
Mhm.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Maddie Roubaix. I'm 21 and I'm a professional underwater photographer and I do OnlyFans.
All right. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Anissa Godina. I'm 28. I am a cocktail server and I do OnlyFans. We do social media stuff as well.
Welcome. Welcome back.
Hi, my name is Tyus. I'm 27, about to be 28 soon, birthday soon. I do bottle service in Vegas and do social media, not OnlyFans, just social media. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
cool.
me.
Hi, I'm Paulina Warren. I'm 18 from San Diego. I do OnlyFans and adult content creation. I'm also a gymnastics coach, and yeah.
All right.
Now, I watched the Saint and the Sinner's kind of review of this a little bit last night, and he pointed out something I didn't really catch because the guy's clearly far more intelligent than I. But it was interesting how you could tell that their OnlyFans isn't that profitable because they all do something on the side. It's not just OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans and then underwater diving or cocktail waitress or whatever. The only difference is the first lady, Corey Yee. She just runs an OnlyFans agency. So, I mean, he was just pointing out the fact that all these OnlyFans models, do all this stuff. Well, do OnlyFans, but it's obviously not profitable enough, or that's their sole occupation. What also could be it is they just don't want to be seen as the only an OnlyFans whore or hoe. So they're trying to add, I do other things too, to try and like mitigate the, you're just an OnlyFans hoe. That's all you are. Unfortunately, what they don't understand is the second you mention OnlyFans, that's the only thing you really looked at is some OnlyFans hoe.
Right. Welcome. What about you?
Hi.
And just to be clear, I really don't have anything against, chicks who do OnlyFans or anything like that. But just be clear.
And my name is Olivia. I'm a researcher and project manager with a platform that promotes dietary intervention in place of conventional medicine. I manage several different social media accounts. I also post my own content, and I'm a ballet dancer, and I'm 20.
20.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing ballet?
Professionally for only 5 years, but recreationally since I was 3.
Are you going to bust out any pirouettes or plies tonight?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll be on the lookout for that. What about you?
Hi, my name's Isabella Riley Moody. I am a wife, a mother, a Christian, and I make right-wing political content.
Age?
25, sorry.
25. All good. Welcome. Welcome.
It's the big homie, the one and only Fax Kellerman, Stephen A. Pimp, Malcolm Flex, Flex Luthor, Kent Drippy Jr., the Crown Prince of Iran, the idol of James Bond, Marquette Devon Burton, the Saint and the Sinner on YouTube.
Now, I just want you to take note to the different ways they did the introduction. You listen to the Saints and Sinners, Marquette, his introduction. He's looking right at Brian. He's, up and everything. He's, all that. While Adam22 was kind of like hunkered down, looking down to the left and not really engaging anyone. I just want to just point out the vast difference between their introductions.
That was one of the most thorough introductions we've had on the show.
I appreciate
you.
that.
You have more titles than Daenerys of House Targaryen, first of her name, Queen of the
Dragons,
Andals,
Right.
Breaker of
Something, yeah.
Chains. I don't know the.
Right.
That was good. I liked
Appreciate
it. I
you.
liked it. Okay, cool. Well, welcome. So we're gonna go around the table once more. What's everybody's current relationship status? So, are you single? Are you in a relationship? Are you married? Situationship, friends with benefits, polycule, sex cult, harem, whatever it may be. All kinds of interesting arrangements these days. If you're single, how long have you been single? And what's the longest relationship that you've ever been in? Go ahead.
I want to what we're going to do is hear Adam's talk about his marriage, and then we'll probably jump forward to the whole reality show crap.
Well, I'm single, and I've been single since the pandemic. My longest relationship is 4.5 years.
Were you faithful during that 4.5?
Yes.
Okay, so you longest relationship 4.5 years, and you've been single since the pandemic started.
Yes.
So 2020.
So my
Early
4.5 year relationship ended during the pandemic. And I've been single ever since.
All right, got it.
I've been married for about 6 months. I've been in a relationship for about 7 years, and we are monogamous off camera, but we are open on camera.
Yeah, when I first heard that didn't make any sense to me either. Like he's trying to act like once the camera goes on, everything changes, and maybe it's just the times of just living on camera and everything like that. But that just doesn't make any sense to me. You're single, you're monogamous off camera, but the second the camera switch on, we're in a different reality, and now you're non-monogamous. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Yeah. So recently,
See, even I don't even know who said it, but maybe this chick here, but even she was like, "What does that even mean?" Even she's confused. Everyone's confused. Like you're monogamous off camera, but you're open on. That doesn't make any sense.
What does that
We work with other
mean?
people in terms of porn
There we go. There's the red chick. It was the red chick.
content. But besides that, we're monogamous.
Look, we're trying to they keep trying to defend them, change the definition of words. You see that often with these people. They try to change the definitions of words to show they're not doing anything wrong in their minds. But monogamy is monogamy on and off camera, regardless. This just doesn't make sense to me. It's just I don't know.
So they have to be getting paid if they're sleeping with other people. You like that? You like how I did that? Let's work.
It's funny how Marquette kind of just broke it down. He just said some dumb shit, or Adam22 said some dumb shit. And Marquette's like, look, let me just make this simple. They have to get paid to fuck other people. And then she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense now.
So you recently were involved. You did a reality TV series kind of to see who, correct me if I'm wrong, to see who would be the next person who gets to have sexual intercourse with your wife, Lena. Is that?
Well, the reality show was intended to find our first boy-girl threesome.
So sorry.
So it was a 4-episode series on YouTube, and then the finale, the actual scene, is on our OnlyFans.
This series is really weird to me. That was just really weird to me. You made a kind of reality competition to see who gets to fuck your wife. That's weird, but all right.
Yeah.
And you guys did the scene's done.
The scene it's been completed.
Okay.
And decimated
Who
on the
won?
internet.
Who won the?
A guy named Lil D.
24-year-old
gentleman from Harlem.
Is he a rapper or?
He raps.
He raps.
It's not his primary vocation though.
Not his primary vocation.
Mostly a porn star.
Okay, he's mostly a porn star.
Yeah.
And raps on the side.
Yeah.
He's got a SoundCloud.
I would assume.
I'd assume. Yeah.
Still getting that part off the ground.
Who else was involved in that process? I think I saw. Was it Crip Mac?
Crip Mac was on
Is
there
that
as well.
The
Yeah.
55th
55th Street. Free
yeah.
Crip Mac. He's
he got
facing Fed charges now. Yeah.
We were gonna have him on the show.
That would have been unreal.
Yeah. So he's currently incarcerated.
Yeah, he got locked up a week or two ago.
Is he? You think he's gonna be able to post bail? Or?
I believe that the average sentence for what he's being charged with is like 5 years in the feds. So no.
Jeez.
Not
Okay.
looking too good.
That sucks. Well, okay. And then previously there was this big thing where with Lena and Jason Love.
Right.
That was a big thing.
That was her.
So that's his wife's Lena the Plug, I think her name is. Yeah, her name's Lena the Plug. That was the first time she fucked another guy on for a porn scene, and like Adam22 got like roasted over it. He got roasted. He got dragged through the coals, and then he tried to like, I don't know, bake himself up to make it seem like he didn't, like it wasn't a big deal to him. But you could kind of tell they kind of bothered him. It was just pretty fun.
First time sleeping with another guy in 7 years of us being together, and she did that on camera. That was her first ever scene with somebody besides me.
And are you guys thinking of like continuing this trend, or like how do you feel about it? Because I've seen like some clips where you've kind of been like cool with it, but then others where you're kind of like, oh man, I don't know how I feel about it. Or
I mean, I was a little bit conflicted when she actually shot the scene with the other guy, just in the sense that, you know, she's going off and filming something with somebody else. I'm not there. When we shot the scene with the other guy, Lil D, I didn't feel any kind of weirdness about that. It was pretty mutual. Okay. So for sure that definitely by the time we're done in the adult business, I'm sure she'll have shot other scenes with other guys and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Can I ask Adam a question?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is this for the money, or just like you're like, this is what I'm called to do?
I would say it's primarily for the money, the same way that probably most of the girls here wouldn't be naked on the internet if they didn't have OnlyFans that were profitable for them. But at the same time, I mean, me and her have been hooking up with other girls for the duration of our relationship. And we actually had one off-camera boy-girl threesome with my wife and a friend of mine within like the first month that I met her. We were out drinking one night and we ended up having some fun in that sense. So it's not like completely outside the realm of things that I would do for free, but you know, we don't have a lot of crazy off-camera sexual experiences. Almost everything that we do that's out of the ordinary is on camera.
So is there, because I don't know what you're worth, but I have a sense that you're doing reasonably well. So if there was no money to be made, would you continue on with it?
I think that was a conversation that her and I had that made us realize that we wanted to kind of start pushing the boundaries of what we were doing on camera. Was she said, do you really think that we're going to be together for the next 20 years and that we're never going to swap or bring another penis into our sexual situation? And I said, no, I definitely feel like I'm comfortable enough that I could see us doing that as time goes by. And then we ended up actually orchestrating it on camera.
Are you bisexual?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's sign up. All right. So with regards to bringing the other dude in, would you say that was primarily driven by her?
I would say it was very mutual. You know, we just kind of realized that.
All right. So he said it was very mutual. Okay. So just keep that in mind. He said it was very mutual. Let's continue.
You know, after doing that Jason Love scene, we just didn't realize how viral the whole thing was going to be. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of got set on the path of thinking about how we could take it to the next level, because it ended up being like by far the most viral thing that any of us had ever been involved with. So at that moment, we kind of realized like, oh, this is kind of our thing now. We have to sort of push at the edges of our conventional relationship, and the people will be incapable.
Bruh.
Well, I mean,
Ain't
mostly
not conventional.
well, I mean, we sleep with other girls, but off camera, our relationship is entirely traditional.
Crazy. All right. So what I'm really trying to figure out is, because you said you were uncomfortable with the Jason Love scene initially, right?
I was a little conflicted about it. It was a little bit of a weird thing.
And so I'm trying to figure out like where your soul is, and as much as like removing money from the equation. And honestly, at this point, I don't even think money is really the driving force.
Yeah, just to get it out there, me and her are both multimillionaires and have been for many, many years. Yeah,
right, exactly. So money's not the driving force. So if it were just up to you and she were a robot as opposed to a human, and you could have it to where you could have things open on your side but closed on her side. Would you prefer that?
To be honest, she came to me before we started kind of pushing out the boundaries of our relationship, and she said, "What do you think that we should do? Do you think that I should?"
Okay. Now, remember, he said it was more of a mutual thing. Now, like, not even like what, 5 minutes later, 2 minutes later, whatever. He's saying that she approached him first. And he's going to dress it up as like, oh, what do you think we should do? But she basically brought up, fucking another guy on camera first. But just, prior, he said it was a mutual thing. See the inconsistencies going on?
Should just kind of hang it up and have another kid? Or do you think that we should keep doing this for a few more years and kind of see how far we can take things? And I said, you know what, let's push at the edges. Let's see how far we can take this. So it is primarily a financial thing, but also I can say that when we shot the scene with this other guy the other day, I had a great time. It was fun overall.
Like your time was enhanced because he was there. Because me personally, I like my meat to be the only one on the sandwich. You're
right. No, it was exciting. It was exhilarating for sure.
Like, what kind of hot dog? It's just like one hot dog on the buns. Jeremy, like, you got all these Vienna sausages coming out the woodwork. So you find that it's enhanced by that? Because I find like
I thought it was fun. Yeah.
Okay.
In a different way than sleeping with other girls. We've done that hundreds of times together.
Right.
So this was something.
Apparently, so for Adam, sleeping with girls, different girls is kind of boring, redundant. But having sex with a dude as well, or adding a dude in the mix, that was awesome. Okay.
Something that switched it up a little bit. Yeah.
Do you think with all of these unusual sexual experiences that it might lead you down a path to where you have to go to extreme things to get off?
No, I've been jerking off to the exact same type of content my entire life. So the idea that porn.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I've had my issues with porn addiction. I think a lot of men nowadays have, and I found myself having to go more and more extreme each and each time to try and like get it off. Now that I've stopped and I've dramatically reduced it and all but cut it off, I find it's weird, but I find things a little easier now. There we go. Not to try and get too much into my own fucking handling of myself, but so I don't believe this for a second. But notice that Marquette wasn't talking. I think he. Hold on.
How far we can take this. So it is primarily a financial thing, but also I can say that when we shot the scene with this other guy the other day, I had a great time. It was fun overall.
Like your hands, because he was there. Because me personally, I like my meat to be the only one on the sandwich.
Right. No, it was exciting. It was exhilarating for sure.
Like, what kind of hot dog? It's just like one hot dog on the buns. Jeremy, like, you got all these Vienna sausages coming out the woodwork. So you find that it's enhanced by that? Because I find like
I thought it was fun. Yeah.
Okay.
In a different way than sleeping with other girls. We've done that hundreds of times together.
Right.
So this was something that switched it up a little bit. Yeah.
Do you think with all of these unusual sexual experiences that it might lead you down a path to where you have to go to extreme things to get off?
No, I've been jerking off to the exact same type of content my entire life. So the idea that guys who watch porn have to sort of slowly get into more and more extreme.
I'm not talking
content.
about watching it. You're in it.
Right, yeah. But I mean, I've been doing porn on camera with her, and this is the only thing that we've done that took it to another level. We did 7 years straight of just having sex with other girls on camera. This is the only thing that we've done that kind of opened it up a little bit to the.
I mean, it's weird to me, like, to open it up to another dude. I mean, you couldn't have done like some BDSM scenes or some shit like that. You had to go with another dude to open up and enhance things. I don't know. I don't watch Adam22, so I don't fucking know.
Tune of us becoming like probably one of the most viral couples in America in the past year. So in terms of where we could take it, I mean, I'm not doing any gay shit. And so that's probably like the primary thing.
Says it's not going to do any gay shit.
And we've had obviously.
I mean, your sex was enhanced. Sorry, your sex was enhanced with having another dude with you while you were fucking your wife. I don't know.
Trans person, I'm not interested in that either. So I can't really think of where we would take it.
Okay, without belaboring it, I'm gonna let you carry on.
Sure.
Just one last piece. Sometimes we aren't really seeing ourselves in as much as you said she brought the conversation to you. You said that you didn't feel comfortable initially with the Jason Love being involved in.
Well,
and you
I agreed to
adjusted-
the Jason Love thing. It was just once it actually took.
So you'll notice when someone's getting emotional and getting pressed, you'll notice like all the time prior, except one other time. But all the times prior, Marquette would ask a question, get through it, and be quiet, and then answer. You notice that for a while. Now you see him getting a little emotional because he's getting pressed by Marquette here. And Marquette's asking him a question. And instead of letting him finish the question, Adam22 jumps in and interrupts him. He could have just let him finish the question just like before. So you can tell that he's starting to get more emotional, lose his stoicism. You can see that starting to happen here.
Place, I had a tiny amount of buyer's remorse,
right,
that I quickly replaced with realizing like, oh, this is not a big deal. Nothing changed in our relationship after she shot with another guy. So that was pretty abated quickly.
Right. So it's like called the inversion of morals, which is to say that truth be told, in your heart of hearts, you're not comfortable with it. You you want to retain your
I've had
spouse.
Moments of
one second. I didn't interrupt you.
with it,
I didn't interrupt you at all because I do want to hear you out.
You're kind of pushing like a fake narrative by saying that I'm uncomfortable with it.
And that's something he could dispel right after the question or the Marquette's talking point is finished. But instead, he's interrupting him because he's realizing that Marquette's kind of got him nailed down and is hitting it on the head, so to speak. So Adam22 is getting emotional. He's trying to fight back immediately. You see that, So you can see this happen. You can see the slow breakdown of Adam22.
I never interrupted you. I never interrupted you because I want to hear you out.
I just wanted to save you a little bit of breath by correcting you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get you angry. I sincerely am interested in what you have to say, but I didn't interrupt you.
He's absolutely angry. That's why he's interrupting. Come on.
Do one time. So the reason I ask is because, as I said, you started off, you said that you felt uncomfortable when it happened. She brought up the conversation. You're not bisexual.
So if you notice, by interrupting Adam22 interrupting, Marquette was able to reiterate what he just said. So he just went. So like Adam22 just wasted his breath, so to speak, because Marquette just basically repeated what he was saying anyways.
So sometimes when things happen and you want to keep your lady, you make the adjustment compromising, but in your heart of heart, that's not really what you wanted. So you're being open and then you had this idea planted and then you start adopting it thinking like, okay, well, I'm okay with it. Maybe it's something that I signed off on too. So you assign it mutuality when in actual fact, the inception of that idea came from her and you've adjusted to it.
I wouldn't say the inception of the.
And then again, remember, he said before, Adam22 said before all this, that it was a mutual thing. Okay.
The idea came entirely from her. This is a conversation we've been having throughout the entirety of our relationship as we met more and more male performers that I was comfortable with and sort of slowly over time realized that this is something that we both felt comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you say that you were comfortable with, right, and it came over time, whereas with the females, it just came straight away, almost like a natural thing, you might say.
Right.
So why, in terms of when the guy comes along, there has to be a process because it's a process of adjusting to something that's unpleasant.
Why was there a process that it took some adoption? What are you asking?
Yeah, it seems as though different than the females came naturally and it seemed to not be.
Here's a problem with whatever podcast is people will be having a good conversation and then they have to talk to text speech. And it would just kind of interrupt and ruin the flow of the conversation.
Be an issue.
Grid One Motorsports donated $200. I guess it is fair that you get to bang other girls, so logically she should get outside D. Still, gotta be tough to see another dude rail your woman. Also, Paging Butler, these folks need your wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this dude gets it, that of course it's going to be a little awkward for you to go through the transition of seeing your girl do that for the first time. But ultimately, she told me even up until the moment that she was leaving the house to go shoot it, she's like, I won't do this if you don't feel comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe that for a second.
And I told her, even though there is a degree to which I don't feel comfortable with it, right, I'm still willing to give this a shot because I realize the underlying value. And I mean, to be honest, we've both made 7 figures off of that
Right.
one scene in and of itself.
And I believe that. I don't doubt the financial aspect at all. But
Right.
like, for example, I know maybe people watching might not be able to relate to this, but say once you cross $2 million, right? Have you found that there are a significant number of things you can do with money that you can't do when you have 2 million versus say 15 million?
I'm not really doing anything with any of the money I make. I don't have any sort of like fancy habits or hobbies or anything like that. And she's
Right.
the same way as me.
Now, again, like I said, I watched the Saint Descender kind of breaking this down. Apparently, the shirt he has is like a Gucci shirt, so it's like a $300 shirt. I mean, you're buying like fairly expensive clothing, even if you do have like $1 million, so it's not really expensive to you. It's not entirely accurate.
I mean, we're into buying property and starting businesses and stuff like that, but it's not really about the money and what we can do with it. Because
Okay, so now he just said it's not really about the money and what we can do about it.
we don't really do anything with it.
Right. So when you say there was
So it's not about the money. We don't really do anything about that. Remember that, okay?
an underlying value,
God damn it.
what is the underlying value of your wife getting railed by a big black guy?
Probably just money primarily, but then
See, so Brian instantly gets it. All right. Brian instantly gets it. Okay. He instantly got it. Adam22 just said like 30 seconds ago that it's not about the money. We don't really do about it. Marquette asked, so then what's the underlying value? Adam22 then all of a sudden says, well, the money. Make that make sense. So it's not about the money, but the value of it is the money.
and also
I think you guys all right.
No. Look. All these chicks are laughing. All right. All these chicks are laughing. And Marquette pointed this out when I watched his stream. All the chicks are laughing. Now watch what happens. Okay. They're all laughing. And Marquette's like, okay, they get it too.
Wait, go ahead. Let one of them talk.
sexual
I think that's a
experiences can be
checkmate. That's
exciting,
a
right?
checkmate right there. That's a checkmate. Let one of them explain why that didn't make sense. Go ahead, love. That was a checkmate. Go ahead.
That what? About
Wait, what?
you
I don't
getting
think
rid of that
anyone
big
saw
black
that.
Go
guy?
ahead,
What do you mean?
Tice.
See, they didn't really like Marquette thought they understood what the check, because he just checkmated him, like I just explained. But Marquette thought the chicks got it and they didn't get it. Well, at least some of them got it, but not all of them got it. they just laughed because everyone else was laughing.
Tice, go ahead.
I don't know who his wife fucked. Was it?
Wait, okay,
It was a
should
big
we
black
pull
guy.
up-
Was
Yeah,
it?
but it's
I'm
all-
so
Yeah,
confused.
yeah,
Here, Nick, the last
You know what I'm
clip,
saying? Okay.
the last clip from Lena's Instagram.
So you hear the Christian lady here. She understood it. She got it. Marquette's like, okay, so you understood it. All the other most of the other chicks were just laughing because everyone else laughed. That kind of proves that women are followers.
It's pulled up.
So that's his wife.
Jeez.
Which don't
Audio.
Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today?
She's so pretty.
Thanks.
It's finally happening. Wow.
Shout out to my guy Jason over there. See the way they're laughing and just kind of having a good time. I feel like that's kind of like a peek behind the curtain for a lot of non-porn stars to realize that, shooting this kind of content, it's not some seedy environment. She had a good time on set. I'm sure he had a good time.
Of course he had a good time. Got to fuck a chick.
Did you have one final point or anything for Andrew? I do want
No,
to try to get
there was a point in which like the argumentative piece I was getting to kind of reached a culmination. I thought they got it, but they didn't understand it. Do you want to summarize that? Do you recall?
Yeah, so basically you said the reason the value is the financial value, is the financials you get from the videos, but then you also say that you don't do anything with the money, that it doesn't really matter to you, so you guys don't live a luxurious lifestyle. The money is just kind of sitting there. So how is that a financial value if you don't even use it?
Well, her and I are building a business, and also, we have plans of not working forever. So for me, it's like, I would like to leave the game with, I don't know, 10, 20, $30 million. And so us doing that was probably the greatest windfall of money that we ever got from doing anything. And it was relatively painless for for us.
One quick question: are you concerned about your child? I believe it's she's a daughter, right?
Mhm.
I have a daughter. I just gave birth a couple months ago. Do you ever worry that one day she'll see this content and maybe would you want her to be doing content like this? Is this something that would make you proud as a father to a young daughter?
Here's where I got to say that Adam22 is probably a very poor father. This is his answer here.
I think every parent wants to see their offspring do better than them.
Now, he says do better than them. Do better in what way? Can't be financial. They're multimillionaires. So, you know what? They got 3 million, 7 figures. I think they made 7 figures. I think that's off of that one video. I think that's 10 mil. Oh no, sorry. My bad. 7 figures is $1 million. So my bad. So multimillionaire, that's, you know what, 2 mil. So I mean, is she gonna be able to do better?
So for sure I wouldn't.
My point is he wants his daughter to do better, but they can't obviously mean financial because they're millionaires, multimillionaires, apparently. Both of them are. So does that mean morally better? Which would imply that what they're doing isn't correct morally.
Like to see her, you know, just sort of default to that just because she knows that her parents did it. But as far as if one day she's an adult and she decides that she wants to do whatever, I know a lot of girls who make a shitload of money on OnlyFans and don't even show their nipples.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Okay. I don't believe that for a second. There's a bunch, there may be one or two, but a bunch of OnlyFans chicks that don't do any sexual content doing fairly well. I don't believe that unless they already have a platform. So I think that's very incorrect. Here's what a good father's response really should be. No, she shouldn't be doing what we're doing. This isn't right. It's making us a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but she shouldn't. I don't want my daughter following our footsteps.
So I can't just look at OnlyFans as a profession and say like, oh, that would be a hideous way for my offspring to earn a living one day, but I certainly wouldn't be encouraging.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it's beautiful.
Well, I don't.
way to
No,
earn money.
obviously, no. I would not call it beautiful though.
So wouldn't you want better for your own wife?
My wife has she loves her career. She loves the business that we're building. She's happy with it. You know, she was earning whatever, like $30,000 a year at the time that I met her. And in her first week on OnlyFans, she made $30,000. So, you know, the extent to which this has changed our life dramatically has been pretty extreme.
Yeah, I mean, she is selling her body online to random men, and I don't know.
Images of her body, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's still her body. Like she's still, yeah, she's not fucking every dude, but I think the damage equates the same. Maybe it may take longer, maybe, perhaps, but the damage that one would get for fucking a bunch of dudes for money and then selling a bunch of the images of herself, I think the damage ends up being the same.
Images of
Well,
her
when
body.
Jason Love shows up, the body itself is going.
Oh yeah, there's that too, where you know, yeah, like she is actually also selling her body when she goes and fucks another dude, for a porn scene and everything. So it is also damaging that way. And instead, when it comes to like, when it comes to, you know, prostitute, at least there's that one-on-one privacy with Lena, the plug. She not only doesn't have any privacy in that aspect, she also is doing it with like, you know, millions of people watching and everyone's watching her get railed. So she is definitely selling her body.
Yeah, they had a good time.
You can tell that Marquette's just like a fucking sniper on this. He's winning like on all fronts. He's really just owned Adam completely.
Body is going
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's not dig in too deep on Adam here.
Pause.
Okay, so going to you, your current relationship status.
So I have.
And can I have you?
All right. So now we're going to.
I need to get on that.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're getting on to basically where the rage quit happened.
Yeah.
I need to get on
I
that.
can help you with that.
Okay. Why don't I call you instead of, because I'm going to probably butcher it again, Saint?
Cool.
Saint, is that
Fantastic.
Right? Okay.
Marquette.
So
what happened here was Brian can't say Marquette, apparently. So Marquette corrected him. I think I'm saying it right, Marquette. It's not like he's going to say this. It's not like he's going to give a shit. So anyways, yeah, let's continue.
Your relationship status.
I usually don't discuss it.
Oh,
can I skip it?
Give us a hint.
Yeah,
give us a hint.
I'm doing what Adam would do if he was a boss, which is to say,
there's the little dig, a little jab. All right, a little funny jab is all.
Is a boss,
which is to say that my lady's 100% monogamous and only wants to be monogamous, and then I do what I want to do.
I see. So do you have would you say you have a main piece, a main chick, and side hoes, side chicks?
No, because every woman I deal with is conservative. So every woman I would deal with, it would be for the potential of having in a long-term relationship. So I try not to deal with dirt bags.
So you like multiple? Do you want multiple wives?
I wouldn't ever get married legally, and obviously polygyny is illegal in the United States.
Right.
But we keeping things open, see if we can make a contribution out here.
So you have multiple concurrent, long-term, one-directional monogamous relationships
with conservative women. Correct.
I see. Okay. All right. What's the pitch? Because I feel like how do you pitch it to the chicks? Because I'm sure a lot of guys would love that, where their girls are monogamous to them. They don't sleep with other guys, but they can have multiple
Are you sure
women?
a lot of guys wouldn't want to be like Adam and have their woman in them streets?
I mean, she's not really in the streets. She just shoots porn with other guys
I'm
from time to
teasing.
time.
I'm teasing.
I feel like a lot of people like to extrapolate from our actual monogamous relationship and take
every time he says that actual monogamous is ridiculous.
The porn element and act as if that's what we're doing on a consistent basis, when in reality, her and I are faithful to each other.
Number one, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I am just teasing you. So
That's not a possibility.
I just want to throw that out there. But I think it's strange if you put terminology on something and you're using what's called euphemistic circumlocution. You're trying to make
words.
No.
I don't know how effective that's going to be.
I got you. What's a euphemism? What's a euphemism?
Smaller words.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Okay, goddamn.
No,
Okay,
I
all
mean,
right.
smaller words.
I got you. I got you.
Right. Euphemism is a nice way of saying something.
something. Right. And circumlocution.
Wait, what did you
Anyways,
say?
look.
I said that there's a lot of women on this panel, so
I
we need
got you.
smaller
Yeah,
words.
let me
here,
break
so
this
we have
down.
speakers.
We got a pearl on our hands over here.
So here's the thing. Damn well you're not monogamous.
We are on off camera.
Right. So it's like going into the metaverse is not necessary. There's no life on camera and life off camera. It's either you're monogamous or you're not monogamous.
If you got a movie role and you kiss the girl in the movie role,
Adam22 is trying to compare an actor with a porn star. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to compare a porn star to an actor. I mean, that doesn't work, dude. All right. Because at least with acting, there's no actual penetration. And you can kiss someone and it be non-sexual. They do it in Europe all the time. They do it in various other countries. I think there's some countries it's polite to kiss someone on the mouth. I could be wrong about that. Don't get twisted. I could be 100% wrong on that. But I do believe there are some countries where kissing someone on the mouth isn't considered sexual. It's just considered like a polite thing to do. But yeah, so Adam22 is trying to conflate a porn star with an actor. Like when it comes to acting, when they do a sex scene, there's no actual penetration. They put a sock on and they pretend to do it. With porn, you're actually fucking. So there's an actual connection going on there.
would you still be monogamous in your relationship? I mean, I realize that the sex thing is more of a real physical act, right?
Did you compare a movie kiss? You compared a movie kiss to your girl getting smacked down?
It literally
by
is. They're making a piece of content. They're making a film.
I actually agree with him. I would say that's not being.
I feel like you're
too.
intentionally misunderstanding what I'm saying.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that there is a difference between doing things off camera.
Let me
and
ask
on
you a
camera,
question.
right?
if you think I'm intentionally misunderstanding. You think if we took a poll right now, we said, would you consider Adam's relationship monogamous? Would people vote yes, it's monogamous, or no, it's not monogamous?
Obviously, it
Where would
comes
the
with a
majority
very
be?
big caveat that says,
Why must there be a
on
caveat?
camera, the rules are slightly.
But that's the whole point. There's no caveat. You're creating a
No, there
false
is a caveat.
frame.
I just named the caveat.
You're
I
creating
think
a
everybody
false
here actually
frame.
understands it, right?
No,
Yeah, I
no,
think
that's not true.
everybody- You see all the girls nodding their head?
No, that's because you have 3 conservative individuals here, and then you have everyone else here is in sex
Even
work.
She just said she understands.
Dude,
what I'm
I would
saying, right?
say
She's not in sex work. She's.
I
Yeah,
would
but why
say
they put her
Yeah.
between? This is confusing, right?
Oh yeah.
Because she's pretty, and I need her next to me.
No, I'm
She-
saying
you know,
like,
Yeah,
if
what's
it
your
was to
job?
be like conservative and then OnlyFans
on a
girls,
scale.
oh,
Yeah,
they
hold
would
on.
switch.
That
That's all.
is true.
Hold on,
That is
just
true.
one sec, guys.
Mr. Adam 666, do not insult our intelligence. Your wife is a sex worker. There is no monogamy. You are the one pretending.
Oh,
Settled.
I'm a sex worker as well.
Settled.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you both
Adam
have herpes.
666. What the? I thought it was 22.
Yeah.
It's Adam 16.
Oh, that's
What
funny.
No, because
Cuck 22.
that was like the double number.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah,
a play
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Let's try to keep things a little pleasant.
Donated $200. My sprinkler goes like this.
Oh my god, bro. Okay.
They pay money to do this?
Can people type bad words in there, like the N-word?
Comes back like this.
Bro, why you gotta fucking? Oh my god.
She's feeding it. She's feeding it.
Don't
Love it.
seed
I
that
love it.
shit.
I love
Don't
it.
listen to
Oh my
women.
God.
Don't.
I like how that was her favorite go-to. She like the N-word, for
Well,
example.
I'm just wondering.
You guys were having a little back and forth, I guess.
Well, we both know we're not going to agree on that, but I think it's very disingenuous to call it monogamy when it's not monogamy.
Oh,
And the
it's
only reason
monogamy off camera.
that's like me saying that, inside of this room,
You don't
fill
really
in the
need to
blank
say
is
it's
a
like
condition.
anything. It
Fill
just
in the
is a
blank.
statement of fact, right?
No, it's not. Because you're creating a false condition, as though life is different when you turn on a camera and turn off a camera.
I think when I say
So if you're a
monogamy,
weird-
monogamy on or off camera, I think everyone understands.
This is really
right?
important. No, I like where we're at right now. What we're experiencing is that you know what you're doing is wrong. So you have this duality in your mind and in your psyche to make you feel like because you turned on the camera and because you're getting paid, now it's okay. When in actual fact, I'll tell you how we know it's wrong. Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts and your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. And I'll give you an example. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Dude, he just cooked her. He just cooked her.
First of all, I don't do porn on OnlyFans, so like, don't throw me in that. But
It doesn't matter whether you do porn or not. It's the simple fact of the matter is that if your mom or your dad were to consume this, you'd be ashamed or you wouldn't feel okay about it. So it doesn't really matter about the porn aspect. It matters the fact that you wouldn't be okay with your mom or dad watching. If you were on OnlyFans and all you did was like cook and shit, like they always like claim, oh, there's people who cook on there. Okay, then you would be okay with your parent, your mom, your dad, or your parent, or someone you know consuming your activity here. But because you're not okay with it, you would be ashamed. You'd be uncomfortable by it. Therefore, you know in your head that it's wrong. That's what he's trying to point out.
I feel like
But
it's
did
like
you get the
would I
point, though?
would I want my dad to watch me having sex with someone else, recorded or not? Like you do things like you don't want your parents to see everything that you're doing.
Did
And
you understand
how
my
do you know
point?
To him, like
She completely missed his point, and it's very obvious. And now she's just got triggered because she felt attacked, and now she's all emotional.
it's a bad thing. Like how do you know that they're ashamed
Real
of
quick,
it?
did
Like,
you
if
understand my
that's-
point?
What?
Did you comprehend my point?
I understand your point,
Okay, very
but
No, she doesn't. She doesn't at all.
I mean, I do agree with him. I think off camera, they are monogamous. Like it's acting. It's like kissing someone.
It's not acting because you're actually doing the thing. Okay. For example, if let's say Johnny Depp went and got a job as for example, all right, Tom Holland, when he was doing Spider-Man, he went to a high school for like 2 weeks or something like that. He wasn't acting. He was going to high school in real life to understand what American high school was. He wasn't acting. Now, that was real life. Now, when he was acting when he went to a fake movie set and pretended to be in high school. That was acting. But it's not the same thing when you're doing it wouldn't be the same thing if they just filmed Tom Holland going to a school. Like, it wouldn't be the same. That wouldn't be acting. He would just be interacting with life, and people would be taking a photo or taking a video. Acting is when you're interacting with stuff that isn't real. When you're interacting with two people and you're actually fucking and having sex and penetrating each other, or one person's penetrating you, that's not acting. That's something you're actually doing. It's not like acting. Because when you, like I said before, when actors have sex scenes, they have a sock, they have like covers, they don't like actually penetrate. There's no actual connection there. That's a lot different than actually fucking someone. The cope is huge here.
In a movie, like,
okay,
let
me give you. Let me ask you a question.
I don't do porn on OnlyFans.
Let me ask you a question.
But she's also still ashamed of it because she wouldn't want her parents to watch it.
I still agree. I do think they are in a monogamous relationship.
They're not a
You don't do porn on OnlyFans.
I don't.
What do you do?
I do like sexy photos. Yeah.
Just sexy photos,
Mhm.
nude photos.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, here we got a jokester. Here we got a jokester. Okay.
You got to subscribe. I mean, I don't know. You got to see for yourself. Yeah.
I would never.
So going back though, how do you pitch it to a girl? Like, I'm gonna
you
fuck
trying to get
other
this ism.
women.
You trying to get this ism.
Butler donated $200. Hey, Mr. Herpsalot.
Herpsalot.
You did a standard herpes test which shows nothing. You do a Western blot test, it will likely come back positive and you will have to disclose to all future partners. Hashtag filthy.
Oh my
Jay Butler got paid today.
You spent a lot more time thinking about this than I.
There's like Marcotte was talking about this on his analysis, where apparently in porn stars, they have a lot that, like, the herpes is very rampant. They don't actually test it because once they don't really test for it. They test for it, but they don't really test for it. And it's rampant in the porn industry because because if you find out you have herpes, you have to disclose it. So that's why, I'm just wanted to add some information.
Oh man.
But anyways, that thing's very rampant in the porn industry, and they don't actually screen for it. I guess there's one test that it won't show up, but if you do an act like apparently this Western blot test, I guess it doesn't show up on most tests. You have to actually do a specific test for it. I believe. I don't have herpes, so I have no fucking clue.
One of these days, Adam, I'll have you on the podcast where not everyone's trying to dogpile you.
No, he's bulletproof. He's bulletproof.
He's
bulletproof. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so what is the pitch? What's the pitch? Because I'm sure there's men out there that would like to have the kind of arrangement you have.
Oh, I'm good. I can fight back. I'm okay.
Right. Okay.
So how do you what's the pitch to the woman?
Okay.
How do you because most women are going to be like, no, I don't want you.
Right.
With other
or
chicks.
They're going to try to force some level of gender feminists. We're equal, we're the same, so if you do it, I do it.
Okay.
All right, so Adam, you ready for this? Get your pen and paper.
Let's go.
You ready for this? All right, cool. So the number one foundational piece is selecting the correct woman. I'll give you an example.
What's the pitch to the woman?
Okay.
How do you what's the pitch to the woman?
Okay. Everyone here, why was it you that all of a sudden needed to do that right when he's giving us the directions?
Just because I had to do it.
Right, because you didn't care. Now,
what's the pitch to the woman?
Okay.
How do you because most women are going to be like, no, I don't want you.
Right.
With other
or
chicks.
they're going to try to force some level of gender feminists. We're equal, we're the same. So if you do it, I do it.
Okay.
All right. So Adam, you ready for this? Get your pen and paper.
Let's go.
You ready for this? All right, cool. So the number one foundational piece is selecting the correct woman. I'll give you an example. We're just gonna go. Just give me a little bit of time here. Have you ever cheated before?
No, never.
Never. Have you ever cheated before?
No.
Wait a minute though.
Have you ever cheated before?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever cheated before? You're lying. Have you ever cheated before?
That's fucked
No, I'll tell you why. No, I will tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I will tell you why.
Explain.
I can read characters very well.
Gotcha.
There was a gentleman here named Nick. He was explaining to everyone how the show is going to proceed and giving us the basics on, how to pay attention, how to track the speaker, how to be respectful. In other words, there was one person who was not paying attention while he was talking. Who was that?
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
So out of everyone sitting here, why are you the one that's sitting here being disrespectful when he's taking out his time to show you how to best present yourself in front of millions of people?
Because I was turning off my alarm. Yeah, and I didn't want to forget to do it later.
Sure, I hear you. Because you're a disrespectful person, and you were rude and catty with him after he told you. As a boss, I always look at these things because
I was rude and catty with him because I put my phone away.
No.
I wouldn't have said anything disrespectful.
I agree with you. I agree that you think you didn't say anything disrespectful. I agree that you think you weren't being disrespectful because that's your actual nature. So a person like you who is by nature one who is narcissistic and disregards others, you're the one that's going to cheat.
Because I was on my phone when I didn't.
Why were you the only one? I got 2 phones right here. I got 2 phones. Why were you the only one?
Do you follow every single fucking rule? Have you ever had a speeding ticket?
Why are you
Like,
so
you ever
angry?
had trouble,
Why are you so angry?
like, in class?
You're just angry right now.
You're just as expressive as I am.
You're
And I think when
angry.
a woman like kind of like barks back at you, it's an
Well,
issue.
there's no need to bark
But
for
you've been
humans.
like,
You
you know,
can
kind of.
I'm just going to
right
say
away.
straight. I'm just saying,
It's
why
okay.
were you? I'm asking you a question. Why were you the only one out of everyone here? Why was it you that all of a sudden needs to do that right when he's giving us directions?
Just because I had to do it.
Right, because you didn't care. Now,
So,
settle.
I don't know.
So,
Being
back
like
to your
someone
point.
relates to cheating. That's fucking ridiculous. Like, be fucking for real right now.
A lot of things will be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in sex work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I just want to watch this. I just want everyone to watch how bad he cooks this broad. All right, she gets real angry because he disbelieves that she's never cheated, and the point is the fact that she's already disrespectful when it comes to interact with people trying to follow the rules. Why wouldn't she also then be disrespectful with her partner and fucking other dudes and cheating on him? I think that's his general point on the matter.
You have legit.
I think I have a lot more to offer
if
than
you
just
had
being on
significant,
OnlyFans.
if you had
Like, that I
significant,
started
1
2
second.
months.
All right. If you had a lot to offer than just being on OnlyFans, then why are you on OnlyFans? If you had more to offer, why are you on OnlyFans?
Months ago, like there's a
1
lot
second,
more
love.
to offer than
If
that.
you had
Love.
significant IQ
Yeah.
and skill set, you'd be able to go into the marketplace and earn a good income such that you didn't have to
gotcha.
do that.
Significant
So-
IQ, like the women that you're with that let you cheat on them and
So-
and bring whatever diseases back to them, right? Like those are like
I
high
hear
value
you.
women,
I
right?
hear you.
Like
Right. Yeah. So being that you don't have significant income or the ability to offer skills
I don't have
to
a
the mar-
significant income. Okay, gotcha.
Are you? Why do you
Go
keep
ahead.
cutting me off? All right, go ahead. You talk, and then I'll respond. Go ahead. You
no,
talk. I'll go
I'm
after.
just
Can you at
responding to what
least
you're
scoot your
saying.
mic that way? There you go.
See, again, he's kind of proving her point. She's a very disrespectful person. She keeps cutting him off. 1, because she's emotional, and 2, she's just disrespectful in general. So he's calling her out on it, which is funny as hell.
She wasn't listening to the directions. That's why she didn't know.
I'm a bad listener. I'm a bad listener and I'm a cheater.
Okay. All right. Do you want to talk now? I just want to make sure you don't interrupt me.
ahead.
So go ahead. No, I'm offering you the floor because you were talking while I was talking. Go ahead.
I'm good. You can say what you need to say.
Wow. See, your brain dead. That's a problem. That's why you have to interrupt me while I'm talking. I gave you the floor. You didn't want to take it because you don't have any thoughts or anything to say.
I do have
Here's
lots
my
of
point.
things to say.
And don't worry, I'm not really talking to you. I'm speaking against you as a symbol.
Mhm.
So don't take
As a
personal
symbol, which
offense
is
to
what?
it.
A symbol of what?
A symbol of a
See?
declining society where people.
See, she had nothing to say, so she didn't say anything, and now she keeps interrupting him instead of just letting him finish what he's talking about and then asking a question after.
lack values.
Mhm.
So the point is this. If you had IQ and skills
Mhm.
to offer to the marketplace, you
Gotcha.
can earn a good income. Being that the most valuable thing about you is something that you never earned. You didn't earn knowledge, you didn't earn skills. It's your breast that you're paid for and your butthole. So you market that to earn money.
Okay. So I'm the one with like the least IQ here, even though I do
No,
the
no,
least,
no, no, no,
even
no.
though I
I'm-
do
you
like
might
the
not
least
be.
amount on OnlyFans,
I
but
surmise,
because I'm the only woman who's barking back at you, like I'm this brain dead fucking bimbo who has nothing to
No,
offer to
that's not
society.
why.
I mean, then what? Then
Well,
what?
let's test it. Let's test it real quick. Okay, what's your age?
I'm 28, but I'm not testing.
Ooh,
I'm not doing
28.
a test.
You get okay. You're 28.
I'm
on
getting up there.
OnlyFans.
You're
That's
right.
amazing.
My eggs are drying up.
Okay.
I'm not going to be fertile. No one's going to want me. I'm not a high
Okay.
value woman. Like
That's
what
fine.
else?
We're not going there. Here's where we're going. If you weren't doing OnlyFans, how would you earn a 6-figure plus income?
I do understand.
Wait,
Like-
speak English. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I work at one of the highest like I work at one of the best clubs in Las
You
Vegas.
seem like you're having trouble with English for a second. Tell us.
I'm perfectly fine with my English.
Go on.
No, she's extremely triggered. And notice what he said was, if you didn't have OnlyFans, how would you earn a 6-figure income? 6 figures, 100,000. Okay. So if you weren't able to do this, how would you do this? And then she talks about being a waitress at some club. Okay, being a waitress at a club isn't going to earn you 6 figures. I don't know any waitress that just does waitressing that earns 6 figures.
I'm a little riled up. Yes.
I said that like 5 minutes ago and you denied it.
I'm a little thrown off
Okay.
by you attacking me because I think a lot of these other
That's
girls.
because
and
people
and
never
and
address
and
you.
I respect
People
like,
never
what everyone
address
else
you
does here.
directly.
I think you're just attacking me because I'm responding to you, and you don't like that, and you don't like women who.
You think the flaw in her logic? You don't like women responding to you. He's had plenty of women responding to him, and he doesn't have issues. He's had plenty of women respond to him in other podcasts. He's never had issues. The cope is just real. She's trying to I don't know. She's trying to go after him. She's really failing hard.
Go against what you have to say.
That's fine.
And that's why you choose
But
the women that you do.
Do you mind answering the question I asked you?
What is the question?
Okay, I'll say it one more time. What skills do you have that would help you earn a 6-figure plus income at age 28?
You're right. Nothing. There's nothing there's no skills that I have at all.
You're trying to escape.
There's nothing.
But I'm
there's
saying
there's no skills. No, you're right.
Because
you're right.
you're a cocktail server in Las
right.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing else that I have to offer.
And she's trying to play it off right now. And that's a strategy. Very nice.
What's the strategy? Tell us.
But the fact is, I live in Las Vegas. I've seen your type many times. Generally, they're younger.
Gotcha.
But the point is
old,
this.
I know, man.
Yeah, she's 28 and still a cocktail waitress. Like, come on.
No,
aging out
really.
over here.
Honestly,
Fuck.
they should be firing
someone
you all.
marries me.
Yeah, no,
Like-
they should be.
There's no one gonna marry her.
I don't know about that, but they should certainly be firing you and get someone of the appropriate age to do such a low-level job.
Oh, yeah.
But the point is this. Why are you opening your mouth wide like that? It's not time. Bring the camera out. She's ready.
I think she can be shocked. She can do whatever she wants. She's fine.
But here's the
She's
point.
fine.
Here's the point. You're currently a cocktail server, which
Mhm.
consists of, hey, I'll have a Jack and Coke.
Mhm.
Okay. And then you walk away, tell someone else Jack and Coke. They
Mhm.
hand you a Jack and Coke. You come back and bring it back to me
Mhm.
and hope that I would give you a good tip.
Mhm.
That's your skill set.
Mm-hmm. And what about it?
It's a hard work.
And what about it?
No, it's not.
And what about
yeah,
it?
Yeah, there is no skill set is the point, which is to say, if I took
what
your
about
brain, if I took your brain and placed your brain into a man's body, you would be in poverty
You caught me.
because you're brainless.
Oh,
Carrying on.
You're right. Yeah.
It's got
I'm
a
just
point.
good for nothing. Yep. You caught me.
No, you are good for something. That's why you have OnlyFans, and that's my point. Is that that's what you're good for?
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska? That's why you need the new and improved bearskin hoodie.
And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just that
I think
we're.
you are trying to be rude.
No,
I think,
I'm just being.
Yeah.
The only one being rude here is the lady in pink because she keeps cutting him off, and then when he gives her the floor, when he gives her the floor, she's got nothing to say. He's actually just pointing something fairly out, and maybe you can construe it as being rude because he's being direct about it, but he's honestly just giving her an honest assessment, saying that if you didn't do OnlyFans, how would you earn a living? And all you got is cocktail waitress. She's 28. Cocktail waitress is something you should be doing 18, 19, 20, 21. I don't know the age limit, maybe 21 or 21 for like a couple of years until you find something better or you're making your way through college. That's something you should be doing, not as a 28-year-old. That's his point in the matter. He's actually saying that being a cocktail waitress should be beneath you, but you're so dumb and brainless, that's all you're good for.
Honest.
I mean, I get, sometimes telling the truth it can be considered rude, but it's still the truth regardless.
No, I mean, being
I do
honest on
think
what, I
we
mean,
should
do you
maybe
even
be,
do you even know
try to
who
be
I am as a
nice.
person? I mean, before like throwing these insults that I'm just this brain
should
dead
avoid
fucking
ad
woman who has
hominem.
nothing
No, that's.
to
I think we should
offer.
avoid ad hominem.
But is it ad hominem when you actually? There were some, but my
Brainless might be a
She's kind of brainless.
little.
Do you even know me? Like you don't even, and you're only calling me brainless because I'm the only one responding.
No, he's calling you brainless because you're a cocktail waitress and that's all you are. Like the chick right here next to her, the blondie, she's she does underwater filming or pictures. She boxes. She runs an OnlyFans company. She's on social media and does other things. All she is a cocktail waitress. That's why he's calling you brainless. You're 28 years old, and all you're doing is cocktail waitressing. Like, is there like a disconnect in this understanding?
To you.
Do you think?
You know what
that
I
it would
think
be-
has him a little bit upset?
What?
Just so you know,
Mhm.
every girl sitting on this side of the table earns more money than him.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's not even anywhere close to being true.
He's an imposter. He's been out.
Adam's trying, but like it's not true at all.
did in the
And
past.
he's mad about it.
He
and he's
basically
mad.
LARPs as a rich guy on the internet.
If I was
And I just,
absolutely
on
poor, it would
behalf
mean
of
nothing.
all the girls,
It would mean nothing.
I think we all are kind of in
That's
agreement that
amazing.
we don't really want to sit here and listen to someone who's basically a scam artist.
So here it goes. This is going to be Adam's22 attempt to get all the OF girls to follow him off the set because he's upset and he's trying to, like, you know, dude's triggered and he's trying to get everyone else to leave with him as some sort of like stand in solidarity.
Just tell us what's wrong with our
Yeah,
lives.
what do you do? What do you do for
I'm
work?
kind
How do you
of
make
on the
money?
edge of
What do you do
walking
for
out,
work?
Brian. I'm gonna be totally right.
So he's kind of on the edge of walking out. He's so triggered, he's going to walk out. And here's the thing, too. This wasn't even on him anymore. He's talking to her. So he's not even on Adam22. He's talking to this dumb chick. And Adam's on the edge of walking out because he got pressed and shown what a dumbass he is.
I'm not walking out on like a
What do you do for work?
I just don't
No, what do
really
you
want
do
to
for
listen to a
work?
scam artist.
You
tell me
can,
what's so
What do you
wrong
do
with
for
our
work?
Google my
lifestyles,
name.
right?
You can Google
I don't
my
fucking
name
know who
right
you
now.
are.
You can Google my name.
If you
right
Google
now.
his
Does anyone
name,
know this guy's name?
you'll
And
be
I hurt-
exhilarated.
I hurt your feelings earlier, and
You didn't hurt my
I
feelings
did
at
hurt
all.
Yes, he did. He absolutely did. That's why you're on the verge of walking out. Okay? Look, if someone doesn't, like, I mean, I wouldn't walk out even if someone hurt my feelings. But say, like, you know, I was that weak individual that someone hurt my feelings and I want to walk out because of it. It's directly because you hurt my feelings. I'm not going to walk out even if I don't like what you're saying. I'm not going to walk out unless you've hurt me, you know, my feelings. And now I'm getting emotional and I'm a bitch and I want to walk out.
Oh, it's just you're
feelings
trying to
And
do
the
this
whole
whole
chat
moral
is hurting your
superiority
feelings.
thing, and it's not
The
working
whole
because
chat is
you're
hurting
broke.
your feelings. The
You're
whole chat is-
actually broke.
Here's the funny.
You got a milk dud on top of your head.
Here's the funny thing.
See, look, now he's doing the personal insults and everything like that. And because Adam22 can't really, you know, defeat Marquette with facts or anything like that. He's calling him a scam artist. He's not a scam artist. But now he's trying to call him milk dud and shit like that. But he's not really working because Adam's got nothing on his side except being insulting.
I'm just being real with you.
If I was actually broke, it literally would mean nothing to me.
Then let's have them prove
Why did
it.
you
If
do
I
an
still
NFT
had a
scam
soul-
on your fans for
Look,
like
if I still
$400?
Silliness.
see.
Checkmate.
Silliness.
This guy's a scammer.
Wait,
So,
guys,
Is that his job as
I
being an actual
think
scammer?
I'm gonna
Adam,
leave, and if any girls want to leave with me,
See, look. I'm going to leave. I just got my ass kicked by Marquette. I'm going to leave. I'm going to try and get the other girls to go with me because I am triggered.
be happy to take you with me.
Hold on. He's rage quitting. He's rage quitting.
It's not a rage
Stop,
quit.
stop,
It's just
stop.
you're not on the level
He's
of
rage
me
Adam,
or
in the
any
line.
of these
No,
girls.
I agree
Rage
with.
quitting.
Guys, hold on. Let's just take a little
I
pause
didn't mean to
here.
make him
I
rage
think
quit.
I'm done,
No,
Brian.
Adam.
I don't want to listen to this guy anymore. And
Yeah, he just got owned and now he's walking off like a big baby. He's rage quitting.
I feel like I might do something extreme if I were to stick around.
When I first walked in, I
I
said,
might
"You
have
want
to
the fade."
polish that milk dud.
When I first walked,
See, he's trying to act like a tough guy. Adam's not a tough guy. Now, you're going to listen to why Adam's not a tough guy. Watch.
saw you downstairs, I said, "Do you want the fade?" And you said no.
Wow.
Okay.
See what
So, for those who don't know, the fade is a fight. Do you want to fight? And he said no. So, Marquette, he goes, when he first shows up, he goes and he says, because they have beef, and he goes, "Do you want the fade?" Adam says, "No, it's just content. Let's get that content." Cool, no beef. Boom. And now he's trying to act like a tough guy now that the cameras are on, and he's like, "I might do something." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. You're gonna get your
When
ass
I
kicked.
first walked in, I said, "Do you want
Thanks
the
a
fade?"
lot.
You said no. We could have took care of that before the show started.
And notice, none of the girls left with Adam. They understand, even this chick here, they all understand that Adam left because he's a bitch. So they're sticking on the show.
Do you guys have like some pre-existing beef or something?
Listen,
Can we switch Adam?
when
What if
I
we
came
kick
in,
this
when
guy
I
out
came in
instead?
downstairs, the first thing I said when I
And also, here's the problem with the Whatever podcast, okay? Brian doesn't really have control of these women. She just said, "Why don't we just switch out the why don't we kick Marquette off and have Adam instead?" Brian should have been like, "Yo, you don't control this show. He's leaving on his own accord. This here's a guest as well. He's not leaving. He's leaving. I'm not going to kick this guy out just to keep this guy." That's what should have been said. But no, he just ignores it. And whenever he gets like rambunctious women, he doesn't really at least I haven't seen him do anything like, you know, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? This is my show. Shut the fuck up.
I saw him. I said, "Do you need that fade?" And he said, "No, it's just content."
Oh, I didn't know you guys had like.
Yeah, as soon as I walked up, I said, "Do you need that fade?" And he said, "No, it's just content."
Oh, but I mean, like, did you guys have like a previous?
Yeah,
wait,
because I
what's that?
went on No Jumper. He waited until I left the state of California, and then he started talking crazy. And I said, "If you had an issue with Marquette Devon Burton, you could have said that to me when I was right there in your studio. Like, you don't have to wait until I leave."
Did you do an episode with him? I don't listen.
I was like, "You don't have to wait until I leave."
I don't know.
And then he DM'd me on Instagram like, "Hey, bro, we got to like do a show when you come back." It's like,
Wait,
you're phony.
Are you leaving? Or?
The super villain. The super villain.
See, this chick's so goddamn disrespectful. She gets off the show and is trying to control the show and say, well, I want to get Adam22 back. If you want Adam22, go after Adam22. All she wants is that clout. She wants to be on Plug Talk, No Plug Talk, whatever it's fucking called, to get fucked by Adam and his wife. That's what she wants. She wants that clout to increase her OnlyFans because she doesn't do that well on OnlyFans.
The show. What?
Wow.
I'm a super villain. What? Nobody wants
No,
to
I'm the
see
super
show.
villain.
Yeah,
Wow.
because you're a fucking dick and you're an idiot.
She is angry. She wants her clout. She has like a tear in her
talk to
eye.
Adam. Go talk to Adam.
She has a tear in her eye. That's wild.
See, Brian, this is what Brian should be doing. He's like, all right, well, you can leave too. If you have an issue, you have a problem with my guest, you can leave too. That's what he should be doing.
I don't have a fucking
Here.
I believe in you to get him back.
Let's
bring Adam
everybody.
back.
Let's
Get
like
Adam back.
I feel like we all have.
See, all of them like, let's get Adam back. Let's get Adam back because he coddles us and make us feel good. Marquette challenges us. We don't really like this. But here's the thing. Again, Brian should be like, this is my show. He left. He wants to stay. We're keeping him. He wants to go. I don't care. Very disrespectful
Brian.
women.
Yes,
Brian
let's
did not know. You set this up for the record. When Brian invited me, you said it would be Marquette 7 Chicks Dating Podcast. Then today, when I was leaving my hotel, someone texted and said Adam22 will be there. Me, I'm very straightforward. I'm the same person.
Sure.
Online and offline.
Sure.
And he was talking reckless. That's why when I first saw him, I didn't be phony. I walked straight up to him. I said, "Do you want that fade?" He declined the fade. Cool. Let's do the content. But he was not supposed to be here. You guys didn't tell me he was here until I had already spent a tremendous amount of money, got out here, and I was on my way.
I did not. I had no.
So it's like a
idea.
setup.
No.
No, it was like Brian's gonna try and say no. It's definitely a sorry. But yeah, this is definitely a setup. This was definitely a setup. And Brian's gonna say, "Oh, this is our practice." It's a weird practice.
I had no idea that
He definitely
I don't watch
did.
his podcast on frequently. I didn't know that you guys had any issues whatsoever.
I don't
I'm
have
not
an
privy.
issue. I don't have an issue because for me, it's
Okay.
like when I saw you outside and I said, "Do you want that fade?" and you declined the fade.
You mean Adam?
Adam, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He declines the fade, then there's no issue. It's just like, let's handle the business.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And
that there
it seems like he
was-
got emotional. I don't know why he's so angry.
Okay.
Because he said there was no problem. He said it's content. Why not do the content?
Okay.
Yeah. He has his feelings hurt. I think it's just like he feels ashamed about what he's doing.
Definitely.
It hurt his feelings. Like he makes up something about me. I didn't get like all emotional, like, oh my God, you like it doesn't bother me. It's like
but-
silliness.
But being fully upfront, I had no idea that I guess he made a.
I don't
Have you
believe
guys worked-
I don't believe that, but I'm not bothered by it. I still showed up.
No, I'm
right.
Yeah, no, no. This was definitely a setup.
I'm
Yeah.
being totally honest.
And everyone
like, I
else
don't
drove
know.
here. I flew here, right?
Sure.
I flew
So,
here too, but
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I mean, regardless if you flew here or drove here, like
No,
it
there's-
was still like literally a
No,
7-hour drive.
No, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. The reason I said that is because the difference between a man flying here and driving here is what you can bring with you.
Okay.
Do you understand
What he's saying, what Marquette's saying is he doesn't have any backup. Adam22 could have had like a whole team, and they could have all just annihilated Marquette here. That's what he's talking about. Marquette's talking about the fact that he couldn't bring, like he didn't know, he got ambushed here. Marquette has no idea. He couldn't bring a bunch of people with him. He could, because he'd have to dole out a bunch of money to have a bunch of everyone to come with. When he drove, everyone could just pile in a car. We could all drove, or a bunch of cars, and they could all drive. So that's what he's saying. Marquette's saying, I don't have any backup here. If there was a fight and Adam had an entourage, I'm fucked. I'll go out swinging, but I'm fucked.
I'm saying?
Yeah, you can bring more stuff. Right, I get it.
Right. So I flew
she
here, and
doesn't.
I couldn't even. You can't even fly. There's not a private opportunity to fly into Santa Barbara that I could find. I'd have to ask you about that.
No, you can fly like Southwest. It's fine.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Santa
Like, I
Barbara
had to fly commercial here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So there's a difference between what you can bring and what you can't bring. So I walked into a situation.
Also, weapons is probably another thing he's talking about.
Knowing I'm dealing with someone that I have a beef with, right? Where he drove here and I flew here. You catching on?
No,
Yeah, no, not really, because I mean, regardless, we all took time to be here. So
No, she doesn't understand. This is the problem with women. They don't understand that the potential of violence with people you have beef with. Really, there's a potential of violence that could be here.
I mean, I can reiterate though.
I'll be honest. I have no idea what Satan Center said on this because I only got to probably just the beginnings of the show before I went to bed, so I have no idea. But that's what I'm assuming, and that's what that's what I think in my mind he's talking about here.
Was not aware. You guys seem totally cool.
Brian is definitely
I was totally.
Have
cool.
you been on the show before?
I went on No Jumper.
I didn't
and-
know. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know that there was a beef between.
Honestly,
you guys.
once I ask you, do you want the fade, and you say no, to me, there's no beef. He said it's just let's just do the content. I said fantastic, let's just do the content. I didn't expect him to get emotional.
I mean, maybe he didn't want beef like right before the show because it could drag out.
No, because if it's beef, then it's beef, right? So the
Okay,
thing
fair,
is,
yeah.
you understand what I'm
Okay,
saying? Yeah. If it's beef, then let's get it in. Because if he's saying what's true about his net worth, he
Okay,
doesn't
but let's
need
say
the
you
money.
guys did fight, then it'd be like weird. You guys sitting across the table from each
No,
other
it wouldn't. After that, it wouldn't. One of us.
I mean,
probably
I'm not
both of
fighter,
us.
so maybe I'm just
Probably
different
both
with
of us
that.
wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah,
Like
okay.
he'd be in the hospital and I'd be on my way elsewhere.
Okay.
So yeah.
does he have at least a foot on you?
What do you mean?
Like he's taller. He's like.
Have you seen him?
Yes.
Have you
He's
seen
the same
him?
Oh my
size.
God.
I don't know, man.
We were all standing in a circle
Let's
outside,
not fight
you
though.
know.
We're
I
not.
would
We're
sit
not.
him
No
down.
violence.
Yeah.
No
Is she
violence.
coming back or?
Is Adam coming back?
Okay. I have no.
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
That has never happened on the show.
You never had
before?
the supervillain on the show before.
Is that you?
The supervillain, the Warrior King.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's your
apparently-
supervillain name?
Apparently, the Saint in the Center. The Saint in the Center. Yeah.
Yeah. If I had known that there was some beef between you guys, I would have scheduled you guys on different days.
I'm
Adam
not
was
buying
kinda-
that because you told me when you invited me on that it would be me and 7 chicks. And
Wait,
to bring
wait,
Adam,
hold on.
and to bring Adam.
No, well, let me make something clear. So for the vast majority of the guests we bring on, we don't disclose who the other guests are. When you're coming,
See, that's very bad practice because you don't know what's going to happen. If I ran a podcast, and I don't, but if I ran a podcast, I'm going to have 2 guests. I have no idea if they have any issues. I'm going to tell the other guests, like, hey, this person's also on, and tell this person's also on. So if they have beef, I know. And if there's going to be an issue, I'm not going to end up with my studio being broken because they end up fighting. Okay, so this is a dumb practice here.
It's multiple guys.
What's that?
You're saying there's multiple males.
well, actually, Charlie Kirk was supposed to. I don't want to. We were going to have Charlie Kirk here tonight.
cool.
And that's what precipitated me wanting to bring Adam on. But I'm not privy to the beef that you and Adam had. But
$200.
Fair enough.
Mr. Herpes had no problem with Mr. Devon. That's a smoke screen.
Uh-oh.
This is about herpes, genital herpes. He's a plague rat, patient 0, and Brian, you need to wash yourself in bleach. It's airborne.
airborne. But yeah, I mean, we don't
Fair
disclose any of the guests, and
Okay,
Dumb practice.
but at the end of the day, it's just the sword of truth is sharp. I mean, that's just all there is to it. If there was earlier, you guys heard Adam say, "You cannot hurt my feelings." He literally said that, and then his feelings got hurt, and then he ran off. And he's in the podcast game. I saw on his podcast, he set up a 19-year-old kid, a little kelpie, to get punched
here,
out.
Let's try to bring it back to the actual dating talk. Okay,
Yeah.
Adam's left.
Fair enough.
So
All right, so there we go. So that's the end of it. That's all we got. Any more? No more. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and my breakdown of what went on. Adam22 bitched out, ran away, got scared. Basically is what happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, Adam22 bitched out. That's what basically happened. He ran away. He's like, I'm so scared. And yeah, so that's basically what happened. So we got over it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on X. And make sure you follow me at rumble.com/withghost. I hope it, and rumble.com/withghost, and then rumble.com/gamingwithghost for my various streams. Follow me on my YouTube channel. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/official with ghost. I hope you guys have a good day. Peace out and see you later.